Good afternoon, students. In the yesterday's class, we have discussed the second order system and how to find the response of the second order system for the unit step input based on the zeta value, right? So in the last class, we have derived the derivation for the response of undamped system second order system for unit step input, that is nothing but zeta. The zeta value is equal to 0. So this is the derivation we had derived in the previous class. So zeta value is nothing but 0. So that is nothing but undamped second order system. So in the today's class, we are going to derive the next cases, that is zeta value lying in between 0 to 1, and if zeta is equal to 1 and if zeta greater than 1. So in the previous class we have discussed, so if zeta value is lying in between 0 to 1, you are saying that the system is a underdamped system, and you know already the standard form of closed loop transfer function of second order system, that is nothing but C of S by R of S is equal to omega n square by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So this is the standard form of closed loop transfer function of the second order system. Okay, now for this standard form, so we have to derive the C of t, that is nothing but the response in the time domain, for the unit step input. Okay, so now you are going to consider the zeta value. So zeta value, that is going to be lying in between the 0 to 1 for underdamped system. So we have derived the roots for this case. So what are the roots? So the roots of the denominator are nothing but the so the denominator is nothing but the here characteristic equation. You are saying it as a characteristic equation, that is nothing but S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square is equal to 0. So based on that you have derived the roots for this denominator. Okay, so you got the roots as a complex conjugate. Okay, so those are nothing but you are saying it as a poles. You saying it as a poles for the standard form for the underdamped system. Okay, so what are the roots we got here? So that is nothing but S is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. So one root is nothing but plus is minus zeta omega n plus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1 is one root, and the second root is S is equal to minus zeta omega n minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. So you have two roots here. Okay, so for those two roots, now since you are saying it as a zeta less than 1, zeta square, what happens to the zeta square value? That is nothing but zeta square is also less than 1. So always 1 minus zeta square is always now a positive value. Okay, so for this you have framed the formula for this as S is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into square root of minus 1 into 1 minus zeta square minus 1, square root of minus 1 is nothing but plus or j, that value is nothing but j. So we have already said this formula. So considering omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square as omega d, this is nothing but you are saying it as a damped frequency of oscillation. So finally you have framed the root in this form. So S is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega d. So those are the roots for the above second order system, under damped second order system. So S is equal to minus zeta omega n plus j omega d, one root, minus zeta omega n minus j omega d, that is another root. Okay, so now based on these two roots, okay, now you are going to calculate the response of the system. So first of all, response in S domain, what is the formula? Now C of S is equal to, what is the formula now? R of S into omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Substitute the R of S value. What is R of S here? Unit step. You have considered the unit step response. So unit step input. So R of S is nothing but 1 by S. So substituting 1 by S in the R of S. What is the C of S value? C of S is equal to 1 by S into omega n square by S into S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, so this is the actual response in S domain. So we have to find the response in time domain. So once again, by doing the partial fraction expansion, now you are going to have the C of t value. Okay, so first of all, you are going to solve this omega n square by S into S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square by using the partial fraction expansion. So how you are writing this value? So that is equal to A by S plus bs plus c by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So if you have the denominator in the form of a quadratic equation, so the residue should be written in the form of a bs plus c. So we have discussed this in the review of partial fractions. Okay, so for now you have to calculate the residues values of a, b and c. Okay, so you already know that A can be obtained directly by using C of S, right? So A is equal to, how you are writing C A value? A is equal to C of S. A is equal to S into C of S by letting S is equal to 0. So by after substituting the C of S value, okay, what is C of S value? Omega n square by S into S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, so now S and S gets cancelled, and after that you are going to substitute the S value is equal to 0. So what is the final value? Omega n square by omega n square, that is equal to 1. Okay, so you know now you have the residue value of A. Okay, now you should find the residues values of B and C. Okay, so if you are going to solve B and C values. Okay, so how you are solving the B and C values here? Equating like powers of S. S square and S. Okay, so what is the multiplication value here? By doing the cross multiplication, see here, so you are going to do the cross multiplication here. So what is the cross multiplication value? S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square, okay, plus bs plus c into S is equal to omega n square Okay, now equating S square powers and S powers. So what are the S square powers you have here? So first of all, multiply these values. S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus bs into S. What is the value? Bs square. Okay, plus c into S is equal to omega n square. Okay, and after that, now equating coefficient of S square. So what are the coefficients of S square here? In the LHS side, the value is 0, and in the RHS side you have 1 plus b, right? 0 is equal to 1 plus b. So what is the value of b? B is equal to -1. And after that, equating coefficients of S, we get, so what are the coefficients of S on the LHS side? 0. On the RHS side, 2 zeta omega n plus b, plus c. Okay, 2 zeta omega n plus c is equal to 0. Okay, now c is equal to, what is the value? -2 zeta omega n. So now you know the values of b and c. Okay, So after getting the B and C, substitute the values of B and C in the above equation. So what is the C of S now? C of S is equal to 1 by S minus S plus 2 zeta omega n by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, so now you have to reduce this second equation. So for getting this, in the previous class I have said, so this equation in the denominator equation should be in the form of x plus y whole square form. So for obtaining that, okay, you are going to add and subtract zeta square omega n square to the denominator, zeta square omega n square. Okay, so now the total equation is converted like this. See here, all of you remember this, the two terms should be converted into the form of x plus y whole square, okay. So for getting that, you are going to add and subtract zeta square omega square. Okay, now C of S is equal to S plus 2 zeta omega n by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus zeta square omega n square minus zeta square omega n square. Okay, that is equal to, what is the value? So here you are considering S square 2 zeta omega ns, okay, S square plus zeta square omega n square. Okay, that gives in the form of S plus zeta omega n whole square. Okay, so now this total is converted like this. So 1 by S minus S plus 2 zeta omega n by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus zeta square omega n square. So you should know what is adding and subtracting here. So 2xy, this is nothing but 2xy, okay, 2xy form lo undalama manaki, okay na. 2xy term is nothing but zeta omega n. Okay, so you are adding zeta square omega n square here. Is it okay? So after adding and subtracting, your total equation is converted like this. Okay, 1 by S minus S plus 2 zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega n square minus zeta square. Okay, so you know already the formula. Omega d is equal to, you have written as omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. This is the formula, right? Omega d is equal to omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, removing the square root, squaring on both sides, what is the value? Omega, you can write the omega d square as omega n square into 1 minus zeta square. So here omega n square into 1 minus zeta square is replaced with omega d square. Okay, so this is the formula after substituting omega d square. Okay, and after that, see here now, after obtaining that equation, okay, once again you are splitting that S plus 2 zeta omega n as S plus zeta omega n. Okay, so how you are splitting? See here, 1 by S minus S plus zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square minus zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. So you will get the plus 2 zeta omega n. Okay, now for this you are doing, let us multiply and divide by omega d in the third term, omega d in the third term. Okay, omega d తో మనం multiply and divide చేస్తున్నామా third term, so that you are obtaining this equation. Okay, so after obtaining this equation, now you are doing inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so C of s is converted to C of t. C of s is converted to C of t. See, remember here why you have multiply and divided with omega d means, so for applying the Laplace transform, so the first term is in the form of 1 by s, so you will get the value as inverse Laplace of 1 by s is nothing but 1. So second term is in the form of s plus a by s plus a whole square plus omega square, that is nothing but e power minus at cos omega t. Okay, and you have the third term. Third term is not in the form, right? So omega d మనం తీసుకురావాలి అంటే ఏం చేయాలమ్మా, you have to multiply and divide. Okay, so after doing this, now we are applying the inverse Laplace transform. So C of t is equal to, what is C of t? So now Laplace inverse of 1 by s minus s plus zeta omega n by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square minus zeta omega n by omega d into omega d by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. Okay, now after applying the inverse Laplace transform, you are obtaining the value as 1 minus e power minus at. E power minus at is nothing but e power minus zeta omega n into t cos omega dt. Okay, minus zeta omega n by omega d into, so it is in the form of once again omega by s plus a whole square plus omega d square, third term. So you can write it as e power minus at into sin omega t. So you can write it as e power minus zeta omega nt into sin omega dt. Okay, now after doing this, you are considering the common part as, so 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t. So what is the common term? Cos omega dt plus zeta omega n by omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin omega dt. So omega d is substituted with omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so after that you have obtained the last term as 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t by square root of 1 minus zeta square into, okay, now you can write this term, so how you are writing this term? Multiplying and dividing. Okay, square root of 1 minus zeta square, square root of 1 minus zeta square. So what will the second term? 1 minus square root of 1 minus zeta square into cos omega dt. Okay, plus zeta into sin of omega dt. Okay, now from this equation you are considering 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, sin omega dt into zeta plus cos omega dt into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, now on constructing the right angle triangle with zeta and 1 minus zeta square, we get, so like this we are constructing the right angle triangle. Okay, so by considering this, now you are expressing the C of t in a standard form as C of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t by square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin omega dt into, so zeta can be written as cos theta. Zeta can be written as, from the right angle triangle it can be written as cos theta. Okay, and plus cos theta, cos of omega dt plus sin theta can be written as the square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so now finally by using the right angle triangle you have converted this expression like this. Okay, so what is the next expression? 1 minus 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t by square root of 1 minus zeta square. So it is in the form of sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, that is nothing but sin of a plus b. Okay, sin of a plus b is nothing but sin of omega dt plus theta. Okay, so you have converted the final expression in this form. So what is the final c of t value? It is nothing but 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n into t by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin of omega dt plus theta. And finally you can substitute the theta value also here by using the tan theta. So what is the tan theta from the right angle triangle? Square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So theta is equal to tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So this is the final response of the underdamped system when you are considering the input as a unit step input. Okay, so this is the most important derivation. This is the most important derivation. Okay, all of you should remember the formulas. So omega d is equal to omega d. What is the formula for omega d? So here you have written omega d is equal to omega n into square root of omega d square. Okay, so you have to consider, you have to remember these formulas. So Laplace transform of e power minus at into sine of omega t. So you have to remember this formula. Laplace transform of e power minus at into cos of omega t. Okay, so you have to remember all these formulas while deriving the response of a second order system. Okay, and you know that for unit step response, this is the equation. If it is a step response, you have to consider the magnitude of a. So a into what is the value? 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin of omega dt plus theta. Okay, so for this equation, now you are going to draw the response of the underdamped second order system for unit step input, and how you are going to draw the sketch, and how the oscillations is going to be there for the given response before settling to a final value. So this is the input and this is the response for the underdamped system. Okay, the next derivation is the response of critically damped second order system for the unit step input. So already you know that the standard form of a closed loop transfer function is nothing but C of s by R of s is equal to 1 omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So now you are saying the response of a critically damped system. So in the previous class I have said if it is a critically damped, you have to consider the zeta value as a minus, zeta value as a 1. Okay, now for considering critically damping, zeta is equal to 1. Substitute zeta value as a 1. What is the equation? C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns. That is nothing but now 2 omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, now denominator can be written as omega n square by s plus omega n whole square. Okay, now from this, from the above equation, what is C of s value? C of s can be written as, that is nothing but the response in S domain can be written as S of C of s is equal to R of s into omega n square by s plus omega n whole square. So what is R of s? R of s, substitute the R of s here. R of s is nothing but 1 by s. So 1 by s into omega n square by s plus omega n whole square. Okay, so finally you have obtained the C of s, right? So now you should derive the value of C of t, that is nothing but the response in time domain. So for finding the response in time domain, once again you have to do the partial fractions for the above C of s. So C of s is equal to now omega n square by s into s plus omega n whole square. This can be written as in the form of residues as a by s plus b by, it is the second case of the partial fraction, that is nothing but the multiple poles, right? Repeated multiple poles. S plus omega n whole square, that is the repeated pole. So what you have to do? So you have to write the residues, 3 residues. You will get the three residues here, a by s plus b by s plus omega n whole square plus c by s plus omega n. Okay, now you have to calculate a, b and c values. So you know the method how to calculate the repeated poles, right? So a and b are directly calculated, but coming to the c, that is the residue, third residue, you have to do the you have to do the differentiation for the second residue value, right? So what is the a value now? A is equal to c of s into s by letting s is equal to 0. So you will obtain the value as 1 here. Okay, similarly now b is equal to, what is the b value? C of s into s plus omega n whole square, okay, into c of s by letting s is equal to minus omega n. How you are obtaining minus omega n? So you have to consider the denominator, s plus omega n whole square is equal to 0. What is the value of s now? S is equal to minus omega n. Okay, now by substituting s is equal to minus omega n, okay, now you are obtaining, so after substituting c of s here, you will have the equation as omega n square by s, right? So omega n square by s is equal to minus omega n, substitute chesthe emostundima, finally you are obtaining the minus omega n. Okay, and the third one, what is the third one? So c value, c residue. So the c residue is obtained by taking the differentiation of the second residue, that is nothing but d by ds of s plus omega n whole square into c of s and letting s is equal to minus omega n. Okay, now substitute the value of c of s here. So d by ds of s plus omega n whole square into, what is c of s? Omega n square by s into s plus omega n whole square. So here s plus omega n whole square gets cancelled. What is the final value? D by ds of omega n square by s by letting s is equal to minus omega n. Okay, so it is in the form of u by v. It is in the form of d by ds of 1 by s. What is the value? 1 by s square, right? So minus omega n square by s square by letting s is equal to minus omega n. What is the value finally? It is nothing but minus 1. Okay, now you know the three residue values, a, b and c. So finally substitute the residue values in the above equation, c of s. You are obtaining c of s is equal to a by s plus b by s plus omega n whole square plus c by c s plus omega n, that is equal to 1 by s minus omega n divided by s plus omega n whole square minus 1 by s plus omega n. Now by applying the inverse Laplace transform, you are obtaining the c of t. So for each and every term, what is the Laplace transform of 1? It is nothing but 1 by s. Laplace transform of t into e power a t is nothing but 1 by s plus a whole square. Laplace transform of e power minus a t is nothing but 1 by s plus a. So if you are going to apply the inverse Laplace transform for this, so inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s is nothing but 1. Okay, now so what is the second term? Inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus a whole square, that 1 by s plus omega n whole square can be written as t into e power minus at, that is nothing but t into e power minus omega n into t. So that is the second term is 1 minus omega n into 1 minus omega n into t into e power minus omega n into t. Okay, the third term can be written as minus e power omega n into t. So after obtaining this c of t, so what is the common term here? E power minus omega n into t. Take a common part. C of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus omega n into t into 1 plus omega n into t. So this is the final response of the critically damped systems, the critically damped second order system for the unit step input. Okay, if it is a step response, you have to multiply it with a. So this is your this is the response of a closed loop critically damped second order system for unit response and the step response. Okay, and for this if you are going to draw the sketch based on the equations. This is the input and the response will be like this. Okay, and the last one is the response of overdamped second order system for unit step input. Overdamped is nothing but you have to consider the zeta value is greater than 1. Zeta value is greater than 1. Okay, so now same standard form is considered here. C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, so for this the roots are nothing but here minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. So one root can be taken as minus and one root can be taken as plus. Okay, and after that now substituting those roots as one as s1 and one as s2. So your equation can be written like this. C of s by R of s is equal to 1 by omega n square by s plus s1 and into s plus s2. Okay, here it is SA. It is SA. Okay. So this is s1 and s2 are the roots is very complex. So you are representing the roots as s1 and s2 here. And after that now apply the step input. Step input is nothing but R of s is equal to 1 by s. So C of s, what is C of s value? C of s is equal to R of s into omega n square by s plus s1 into s plus s2. Okay, substitute R of s, that is nothing but 1 by s. So omega n square by s into s plus 1 into s plus s2. Okay, now for this we have to do the partial fraction expansion for finding the C of t. So now you are writing your partial fraction expansion like this. So C of s is equal to a by s plus b by s plus s1 plus c by s plus s2. So directly the residues can be find out. So a residue, how you are going to calculate a residue? S into C of s by letting s is equal to 0. Okay, that is nothing but a is equal to s into C of s. Substitute C of s value. Okay, by substituting C of s value and letting s is equal to 0, finally you are obtaining omega n square by s1 into s2 as a residue. Okay, and after that you should substitute the s1 and s2 values like this. Okay, after substituting s1 and s2 values, you are obtaining the value as omega n square by zeta square omega n square minus omega n square into zeta square minus 1. Okay. So finally you are obtaining the value as minus 1. So what is the second residue? B. So B is equal to s plus s1. B is equal to s plus s1 into C of s by letting s is equal to minus s1. Okay, so while after substituting C of s, you are obtaining the formula as omega n square by s into s plus 2 by letting s is equal to minus s1. So substitute s is equal to minus s1, you are obtaining the value as omega n square by minus s1 into minus s1 plus s2. Okay, now you know the values of s1 and s2. So substitute the values of s1 and s2 here. Okay, finally after substituting the s1 and s2 values, you are obtaining the values as like this, minus omega n by 2 into zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1. Okay, you have to do the simplification process here. Okay, and after that c value, how you are calculating c? C is equal to C of s into C is equal to C of s into s plus s2 by letting s is equal to minus 2. Okay, substituting C of s, finally you are obtaining the C is equal to omega n square by minus s2 into minus s2 plus s1. Okay, substitute the s2 and s1 here. Substitute the s1 and s2 here. You are obtaining the final value as omega n by 2 into zeta square minus 1 by omega 1 by s2. Okay, so this is after substituting a, b and c values, The response in time domain c of t is given as like this. C of t is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 by s minus omega n by 2 zeta 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1 into 1 by s plus s1 plus omega n by 2 zeta square root of zeta square minus 1 by into 1 by s2 into 1 by s plus s2. So after applying the inverse Laplace transform, you are obtaining this value. Okay, 1 by s plus s1 can be written as e power minus s1 into t. 1 by s plus s2 can be written as e power minus s2 into t. Okay, now what is the common part? Omega n by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1. So take the common part here. Finally you are going to have the equation like this. Okay, where s1 and s2, you know the s1 and s2 values. And after that, so this is the final equation of c of t for a over damped system. So these are the responses if it is a unit step and if it is a step response. Unit step is nothing but directly you are taking that value. If it is a step response, you are multiplying it with a into 1 minus omega n by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1 into e power minus s1 into t by s1 minus e power minus s2 to s2 into t by s2. So this is the final response. Okay, and for this you are going to find the you are drawing the sketch. So this is the input response, and finally substituting the zeta value greater than 1, you are obtaining the response like this. Okay, so these are the responses of the second order system for the different zeta values. That is zeta is equal to 0, zeta lying in between 0 to 1, zeta is equal to 1, and zeta greater than 1. So these are the important derivations for the second order system. So all of you listen this class and write the notes and derive the these derivations in your notes. Okay, thank you all of you.